It was going to be a day full of ha-ha-has. Well, isn't every day like that with Pa?
It's Pa!
It's Pa! It's Pa!
It's Pa! He's one big ha-ha-ha. Whatever he does,
Wherever he goes,
there's a ha-ha-ha, and everyone knows it's Pa!
Pa! With his ha!
He's a ha-ha-ha from the top of his head to the tip of his hairy toes. That's Pa!
Pa was really looking forward to his birthday party.
Happy hairy birthday, Pa!
Shush!
Sorry. Happy hairy birthday, Pa! For you!
First, Ma came out with a present for Pa.
A beautiful, long, hairy scarf.
Then, Minnie arrived with Boise. They had been to Hairy Town to get Pa presents.
Bye! Minnie gave him a pair of hairy mitts.
Pa loved them.
Then Boise gave Pa his present.
Pa couldn't unwrap it because he was wearing the mitts. So Minnie did it for him.
It was a hairy hat. Pa loved it. Pa was ha-ha-haing to himself as usual.
And we were watching from the bumblebee bush. Suddenly, Pa's spade hit something hard. And what had Pa found?
A pirate treasure chest. Pa pretended to be a pirate. And so did I. Yo ho ho!
'Cause this was the day Pa found pirate treasure. Then Ma tried to open it. But she couldn't. Boris was furious. Then Pa had an idea.
He knew somebody who would help them open the treasure chest.
Somebody up at Chateau Shampoo. Boris Boo-hoo! This was a brilliant idea. All they had to do was go to Chateau Shampoo to find Boris. But Hairy McScary was Boris. Whoops!
But Boris had no choice. So off they all went to Chateau Shampoo in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poo. Can we go too, Chris?
You bet we can.
Tip the turnips into the pot. Into the pot. How many have we got?
Don't know for sure,
But there's a heck of a lot of hairy, hairy turnips in the pot. Now mash 'em,
bash 'em.
squirt 'em up and smash 'em.
Hairy, hairy turnips are turning to mush.
Mash 'em,
Bash 'em.
squirt 'em up and smash 'em. Add more water and look at the slush.
So crush it.
Slush it.
Mix it up and mash it.
Hairy turnip tonic is looking swell.
Crush it.
Flush it.
Mix it up and mash it.
Hairy turnip tonic will make poor Boris swell. Back in the garden, Nana had an idea.
And her idea was to do this.
Yep, Nana started to bind the elastic on her pants.
Then Minnie had an idea. She'd shake the hairy hedge nuts in the bottle.
Boris couldn't believe his ears. What was that noise?
And then Pa started to play the tootle tub.
Pa's amazing.
Boris isn't going to like this.
And Boris didn't like it. Not one hairy bit.
And just when he thought it couldn't get any worse...
Boise started to join in too. Really, really loudly. It all started one day at the Ha Ha Hairies house.
Ma and Pa Ha Ha had a surprise for Minnie. We were hiding in the flower bed.
I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, what is it? What is it?
Shush.
And Minnie's surprise was this.
A hairy hoglet.
Minnie had always wanted a hairy hoglet.
Oh.
Oh, it's so cute.
Minnie couldn't believe how lucky she was. She thanked Pa and Ma.
All this time, the Ha Ha Hairies had been looking for the hairy hoglet.
Poor Minnie was upset. The hairy hoglet must be so hungry by now. What could they do?
Then Pa had an idea.
Maybe Minnie should ask for Boise's help up at Chateau Shampoo. So off ran Minnie as fast as she could all the way to Chateau Shampoo.
Ha 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 had a surprise under his hairy rug.
When we flew into the garden and landed in the flower bed. Oh! Pa Ha Ha was looking very happy. Well, you know what Pa's like.
It's Pa!
It's Pa! It's Pa!
It's Pa! He's one big ha ha ha. Whatever he does,
Wherever he goes,
there's a ha ha ha. And everyone knows it's
Pa!
Pa!
With his ha!
He's a ha 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 from the top of his head to the tip of his hairy toes.
That's Pa! Minnie Ha Ha arrived with Boise, and they wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Chihuahua wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Ma Ha Ha wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Nana Ha Ha wanted to know too.
And they were all about to find out.
It was his collection of old toys.
Yay! This was the day the Hairies got to play with Pa's old toys.
There was a hairy bear for Minnie.
A hairy ball for Boise.
A hairy horse for Ma.
And Nana got a hairy pedal papa.
Nana put her hairy helmet on and off she went on her pedal papa. Boise said there was a big duck.
A big duck, said everyone.
Of course, Boise had no idea it was his dad.
But Chihuahua knew. Pa took control. But when he saw the duck, he went...
Pa thought the duck was brilliant. a toy duck for his collection. And then he found the key.
Oh, even better! A clockwork duck!
Quack, 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 quack. Wind it up,
Turn the key.
wind it up, and you will see.
Will it move?
Are we in luck? Yes, it's gonna waddle like a duck. Waddle like a duck, like a duck. Waddle, 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 waddle like a duck. Go quack, quack, quack. Waddle like a duck, like a duck. Waddle, 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 waddle this way and waddle right back. Wind it up, turn the key. Wind it up and you will see. Will it move? Are we in luck? Yes, it's gonna waddle like a duck. Waddle this way and waddle right back.
Mini Ha Ha was really happy. Fancy a real ringmaster finding out about her circus.
Clever. Hullabaloo.
He decided that the first act would be Pa Ha Ha on the rickety plank. They wished Pa lots of luck.
On he stepped. He wibbled and he wobbled and then he did this.
Oh, that's what I love about Pa Ha Ha. He can always laugh at himself. Then the ringmaster told them all to stop. Rickety plank walkers weren't supposed to be funny.
He told Pa to sit down.
Then Minnie and Boise went flippity-flop on the proper plant until Boris said, "Stop! This is serious!" He was here to judge.
And so he started his judging. Pa showed him his hairy cabbage. Too hairy.
Then he showed him his hairy tomato. Too squishy.
Then he showed him his hairy marrow. Too green. He doesn't like any of their fun veg.
Course not, because he's going to make his bean win the prize.
Oh, that is so not fair.
Boris said they should come with him to Chateau Shampoo if they wanted to see a really amazing vegetable. Nana had an idea. She picked up the hairy howler and made a call.
Gokaba. And very soon, who do you think had come to help her?
Go. Chana.
Ma and Pa Ha Ha!
I love Ma and Pa. They're the helpfulest people in Hairyland.
Helpfulist? Not a word, Wiggy.
Tis now. So while Boris put his feet up,
Nana, Ma and Pa set to work. The Ha Ha Hairies got out their brushes.
they got out the paper and paste.
They set to work on Boris's bedroom. No time to waste.
No time to waste.
Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Everybody has so much to do. Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new.
But they couldn't decide on a colour.
What colour to put on the wall?
Orange or crimson.
Purple or blue?
Oh,
Said Nana.
let's have them all.
Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Everybody has so much to do. Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new. Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Everybody has so much to do. Paint, paint, paint. Glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new.
Yeah!
Boris had it. He was just about to run off with it when he saw Pa coming.
Boris went into another panic and threw the dingle-dangle back into the bumblebee bush.
Pa was very surprised to see Detective Mick Flick in his garden.
And even more surprised when Detective Mick Flick tried to arrest him.
Ma and Nana came rushing out. Detective Mick Flick had got it all wrong. Pa wasn't the thief.
Now Boris had to find another way of getting rid of the Ha Ha Hairies.
When Pa came in and saw the hickey juice, he wanted some straight away.
But Ma said, "Not now, Pa. Later."
And Pa said, "Not now, Ma. Later." They laughed and laughed and laughed.
Today there was going to be more laughter than ever in Hairyland because it was the day of the great Ha Ha Ha-long.
The Ha Ha Ha-along is when all the Hairies try to make each other laugh.
See? It's already started. Nana had made something for Ma.
She whipped off the cloth and showed them this.
It's a model of Pa.
Yeah, looks just like him, only hairier. Ma loved it, especially the hairy bits. It was just what she'd always wanted.
Meanwhile, back in the Ha Ha Hairy garden, the Ha Ha Hairies were having such a great time with the model of Pa that they didn't see they had a visitor.
They were amazed to see Larry Lankylocks from the Museum of All Things Hairy.
Why is Boris pretending to be the owner of the museum?
No idea, but I think we're about to find out.
Larry Lankylocks pointed to the model, and Ma said that Nana had made it, and it looks just like Pa.
He told them he thought it was fantastic. In fact, he loved it.
Especially the hairy bits.
He wanted to put it in his Museum of All Things Hairy.
Nana loved the idea of her model of Pa in the Museum of All Things Hairy.
So did Ma.
And so did Pa.
But should they let it go?
Yes, said Pa. And they all agreed.
So they gave Ma's Pa to Larry Lankylocks.
Oh, Nits, he's got it! He's got it!
Don't worry, Wiggy. It'll turn out okay in the end.
Now Boris had his hairy hat stand. He wanted to get back to Chateau Shampoo.
But Ma wouldn't let him. Larry Lankylocks couldn't leave without a cup of hairy pear juice.
Ma went inside to get some hairy pear juice.
Pa told Larry Lankylocks to relax.
And Nana took off his hat so he could lie back and enjoy himself.
Boris was stuck. See? Things are looking up already.
He's still got Ma's Pa, though.
Ma came outside with the hairy pear juice, and just then, Boise and Minnie arrived with Chihuahua.
Chihuahua knew that Larry Lankylocks was Boris.
But Boise didn't recognise his dad, although he did say that his dad had a hat just like that.
But Chihuahua had got the hat, and he ran with the hat, and Boris chased him. Oh, I love Chihuahua!
Go, boy, go!
Then Chihuahua dropped the hat, and Boris did this.
Boris's hairy high hat wasn't a high hat anymore.
It was a low hat, all squished.
Larry Lankylocks was furious.
He was so furious, he told them he was going back to his Museum of All Things Hairy right now.
And did Larry Lankylocks want to take the model of Pa with him? No, he did not.
Yay! Everything turned out okay.
Told you it would.
The Ha Ha Hairies thought that Larry Lankylocks was very odd indeed.
But never mind. Ma still had her Pa. And now they had a funny hat to put on him as well.
So everyone felt happy again. It was time to celebrate the day Nana made a Pa for Ma.
The only way the Ha Ha Hairies know how.
Hairy Spooks Day is the day when everyone tries to spook each other, just for fun.
So the Ha Ha Hairies were going to Hairy Town to buy some spooky things.
Off they went in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poop.
They're going on a journey in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poop.
Poop, poop.
Poop, poop,
They're going on a journey in a happy hairy group.
poop, poop.
Poop, poop.
They zoom, zoom, zoom through hairy land. They puff, 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 chop through the forest of trees. Oh, they're going on a journey in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poop. Poop, poop, zoom, zoom, whiz, whiz. Poop, poop, zoom, zoom, whiz, whiz.
In no time at all, Boris the alien was tippy-toeing into the Ha Ha Hairies' garden and he was ready to be really, really scary.
Is that funny blobby thing what I think it is?
Yep, it's one of Boris Boohoo's cunning plans.
It's one of his never going to work in a million hairy years plans.
When Boris was finally ready, he did this.
And that made Pa do this.
Ha 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 had never met an alien before. He was very excited.
And not at all scared, yep. Thought it was one of those never going to work in a million hairy years plans.
Well, he didn't scare Pa, but he might scare Ma.
You think?
Then Pa had an idea. They must take their new alien friend to Nana's arty den to meet Nana.
Ma thought this was a brilliant idea.
And so did Boris.
So we followed them to Nana's arty den.
One day, Ha 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 was in the hairy apple orchard. He'd been collecting junk and he was taking it to Nana.
And we were sitting in a hairy apple tree, watching him.
There goes Pa, clunkety clunk.
Clunkety clunk, clunkety clunk.
Pa's junk made such a noise. Yes, this was the day Pa's junk went clunkety clunk.
All that junk collecting had made Pa feel hungry.
He looked up and saw there was a really big, ripe, juicy, hairy apple just waiting to be picked. Ooh.
But it was too high for Pa to reach. He'd set his heart on that apple. Suddenly, he had an idea. Oh, yes!
He'd fetch a ladder.
He's really keen on that big apple, isn't he?
Yeah, the bigger and the hairier the better for Pa.
Back in the hairy apple orchard, Pa was about to get his hands on the big hairy apple.
When Boris arrived and hid behind a tree.
Now was Boris's chance. He wasn't going to ask Pa if he could have it. He was just going to take it.
Oh, Nits! Pa was so busy picking his hairy apple, he didn't see Boris.
That is so bad, so bad. He was going to give that junk to Nana. Poor Pa.
After him, Wiggy. Back in the hairy apple orchard, Ha 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 was eating his special apple.
And he had no idea his junk was missing.
Or that it was about to be made into a Boohoo hair-doo-hoo machine. Ha Ha Ha, of course. He'd fallen asleep under the apple tree and had no idea what had happened.
So Boris put all the junk back in Pa's hairy wheeler. Clunkety clunk.
And off he ran.
Pa woke up and saw his junk. And that's when he remembered that he was taking it to Nana's house for her.
So off he went. Clunkety clunk, clunkety clunk.